How is it going, databases? No data here. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Roblox Assassin. We are here once again on the season 14 update of Assassin. If you guys have not checked out this update, be sure to do so. There's a lot of new features. It's pretty cool. But anyway, guys, today in Assassin, we are going to check out a brand new Mythic knife. Well, it's not brand new. To be honest, it's been in the game for quite a while now, but I didn't want to get my hands on it until about now when it's at its lowest point in value. So as you guys know, we have a wonderful competitive season going on, and as you guys know, when you get on the leaderboard, you can actually get some prizes right here. So you get some prizes for being on this lovely leaderboard. So if you're in the top 100, you will get a new Mythic knife called the Cybershot. And if you actually manage to make it in the top 10, you can get a dream knife right here called the Cyber Tank. Now, unfortunately, the Cyber Tank, I believe, is just going to be unobtainable and completely untradeable. You can't even trade it. However, we do have the top 100 prize called the Cybershot, and this is actually tradable. And I actually got my hands on this Mythic knife. So this is the Mythic knife that you get by being in the top 100 for the past couple seasons. So in this video, we are going to go ahead and check out this Mythic knife. So yeah, in this video, we're going to try out this Mythic knife and we're going to talk about its value and how you can get your hands on it if you want to get it for yourself. So as always, if you haven't yet, be sure to drop a like on this video because it helps out a whole lot. And if you're new, be sure to subscribe for more Assassin videos in the future. And also guys, don't forget to use star code purple when buying Robux and Roblox Premium because it really helps me out to continue making these videos. Alright, and let's go ahead and try out the brand new Mythic knife from competitive mode, the Cybershot. Here it is right here. It looks really cool on my side, to be honest, but let's go ahead and try this thing out. Alright guys, so here it is, the Cybershot Mythic that you can get by being in the top 100. I died, unfortunately, but you saw the knife right there. It looks pretty cool. And as you can see, it is a pretty cool, edgy black and red knife. So we have some red on the blade right here. Looks pretty nice, to be honest. And closer to the middle here, we have some mechanical black metal right here. So yeah, obviously, you know, it's called the Cybershot, so this is supposed to be a very futuristic knife. So yeah, we got some nice crimson red right here, and it looks really nice. I like the pattern on it. Pretty cool. And I gotta get some throw kills because that is my mission at the moment. And I will get some tokens and some cases if I complete these missions. Can I throw a knife at you, Mr. Doe? Sure. Alright, there we go. Good stuff. Anyway, yeah, we got a really nice red pattern on the knife right here. You can also see that this knife does have some effects of its own. I'd say there's about 3 different effects. So first of all, as you can see, we have some red dots appearing and disappearing around the knife. They're kind of just spreading out from the knife. You can also see a little bit of a sparkle effect. You can see some red sparkles appearing and disappearing here. So that looks pretty nice as well. And last but not least, this is probably my favorite effect in my opinion. You can see some red fire coming out of the knife right here, out of this tube. You can see some red fire coming out of it, and it's coming out really quickly, kind of like a Bunsen burner. That fire definitely reminds me of some other knives, like the flamethrower. Where's the flamethrower? Let me show it off. Yeah, right here, the flamethrower. So you can see that, you know, we have some fire coming out of it. So I feel like that's relatively similar to the Cybershot. This might also remind some people of the Nebula knife because fire also comes out of that knife. But I feel like that fire comes out a lot more slowly than the Cybershot. But honestly, this is a pretty cool top 100 prize. I know a lot of people didn't like the previous prize, which was the Royal Dagger. Here it is right here. I can definitely see why, because it doesn't really have any effects or anything. But like, this Cybershot is definitely an upgrade. Definitely one of the cooler top 100 prizes, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of the top 100 prizes can look pretty generic. So I feel like this is a pretty nice upgrade compared to most of them, to be honest. And this is probably high up there, like one of my favorite top 100 prizes. Anyway, yeah, to get this knife for yourself is definitely not an easy task. You have to get in the top 100 in competitive mode, which is definitely not a easy thing to do. Now, recently competitive mode did change back to the original format, which probably means you have to grind a lot more, because I know a lot of people didn't really like that new Royale based format. So therefore, I feel like a lot less people went for it. Like a lot less people bothered with competitive mode. But now that this old format is back, I feel like a lot more people are grinding comp, and you need a lot more points to get it. Right now, you only need 3,000, so definitely starting small for this season. That's really not too many points, to be honest. You can get there relatively quickly if you grind a lot. But again, this was only done in like a week and a half, so it's definitely not super easy to do. So yeah, if you want to get the Cybershot for yourself, you definitely can through competitive mode if there's more seasons for it. I'm gonna say there's probably gonna be at least one more season, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, you'll have to get in the top 100. Definitely not an easy thing to do. It's gonna be a lot of grinding. And again, I'm just not a huge fan of competitive mode. I feel like there's a lot of problems with it. I feel like it's just overall not a very fun thing to do, but it's there if you want the option. That is something you can do to get this knife. And again, we'll get into it later, but this is going to be a pretty good knife in the future. So you might want to grind on that leaderboard as a means to get this very good knife. But anyway, if you guys have made it this far into the video, I want you guys to comment down below, what is your personal favorite top 100 prize? Because we've had a lot of top 100 prizes. I think we've had 9 at this point. We have Elegant Blade, Competitor Blade 1 and 2, Glorious Axe, Comet, Holy Guardian, and then we have the Astral Prince. I feel like this is forgotten in a lot of instances. This one's kind of just here. And then Royal Dagger, okay. And then the new Cybershot. So yeah, this is the 9th generation. We have 9 different top 100 prizes. Let me know your personal favorite. I feel like mine would probably be Competitor Blade 2 or Glorious Axe, but like Cybershot is definitely up there. Probably in like the top 5, maybe even the top 3. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the value of the Cybershot. What is this knife worth and how can you get this knife for yourself? Now again, obviously you can just get this in the top 100, but you can also trade for it if you want. It is tradable right now, so you can go ahead and get your hands on it. But anyway, at the time of this recording, the Cybershot is currently worth about 90 exotics, which is quite a bit. However, I do feel like it is possible for it to go down in the near future, especially given this is currently the last day of a competitive season. So we're about to get 100 more into the economy. Right now, there's about 200 in existence, but after this season, there's going to be about 300 of them. So I do feel like it probably is going to go down. A lot of people are probably predicting it's going to be about 75 exotics at its lowest, which is still a decent amount, but compared to other top 100 prizes, it's definitely not in the best spot at the moment. However, guys, this knife is definitely going to go up in the future once it becomes unobtainable. You guys already know that the top 100 prizes are some of the best knives in the entire game. Elegant Blade is 500 exotics at the moment. That is the best exotic in the game, and honestly the best knife in the game unless you count the top 10 prizes. Competitor Blade is 450 exotics, crazy value. Glorious Axe 350. Competitor Blade 2 is 330. Comet is 250. Holy Guardian is 215. You get the point. It's probably going to end up being at least like 150 exotics at the very least. These knives just end up being crazy valuable eventually. Now, it has been a few months and Royal Dagger is still only 95 exotics, but I mean, it's Royal Dagger, let's be honest. It's not gonna go up because it's Royal Dagger, okay? This knife was just never hyped to begin with. I don't see it going up. I honestly think that Cybershot's gonna be better than Royal Dagger, like, long term. Anyway, this knife will go up eventually, but as of right now, the Cybershot really isn't in a good position. It's going down a lot, and it's gonna go down even more. But to be honest, I feel like right now is probably the best time to trade for it. Because when you think about it, you know, the best time to trade for a knife is when its value is low, because, you know, then you're going to get a much better deal out of it. If you start to trade for it while it's going up, you're going to have to overpay quite a bit. Whereas right now, you could honestly pay less than 90 for the Cybershot and, you know, still get it. And then it's probably going to go beyond 90 eventually. So, you know, short term, you probably don't want to trade for it right now, but in the long run, you're probably going to want to get your hands on quite a few of this knife. Because, again, it's going to go up eventually, and if you get a few of these now and then wait for them to go up, you're definitely going to get a pretty good deal. So again, this is the 3rd season. I'd say probably about now is the best time to trade for it. You could probably wait a little bit longer and wait for it to go down a bit more, and then you could trade for it, but you probably want to trade for it around the 3rd season or after the 3rd season. I just decided to get it right now. Again, I probably could have waited a little bit longer for it to go down a little bit more, but the reason I say the 3rd season in particular is, again, typically competitive prizes will have about 3 to 5 seasons. Mostly it's 4 or 5. The only top 100 prize that only had 3 seasons was the Glorious Axe, and that's because that knife ended up being duplicated a little bit. So that's why the Glorious Axe packs had less seasons compared to other top 100 prizes, but normally it's around 4 or 5. So obviously, like the first 1 or 2 seasons, the knife is brand new, so a lot of people want it. So obviously it's going to be pretty high value. You don't want to trade for it then, because again, it's a brand new knife, very hyped. It is going to drop eventually, so you don't really want to trade for it then. But I feel like around the 4th and 5th season is when people expect the knife to become unobtainable, so then they start ending up being a bit more stingy with it. I feel like the 3rd season is a nice middle ground to trade for the knife, because people don't really expect it to become unobtainable, so, you know, they're pretty lenient with their prizes, you know what I mean? And you can wait for around the 4th season, but it is kind of a gamble, because we don't really know when the last season is. The maximum is 5 seasons, obviously, but is it going to be 4 or 5 seasons? We don't really know. So I feel like, you know, trading it around the 4th season is kind of a risk. And that's when people start to really try and get their hands on the knife. Whereas, again, the 3rd season, people don't really care that much. It's still going down at this point. So I feel like that's probably the best time to invest in the knife. You won't have to trade that much for it, and it will eventually go up, and you'll make profit off of it. So yeah, that's why I ended up trading for the Cybershot now. But yeah, really up to you guys when you want to trade for this. If you want to trade for this knife, I recommend it because it's a really cool knife. And again, it is a top 100 knife, so I do feel like it is going to be pretty valuable. That being said, I don't know if top 100 prizes are going to be as good as they used to be, given the lower player count. I mean, think about it. There's a lot less players playing Assassin, but like you still need 100 people on the leaderboard, right? So I can see top 100 prizes being a bit less valuable than they used to be, but I do feel like they're still going to be pretty high in value. Anyway guys, that is pretty much it for this video. Brand new top 100 prize. I mean, it's not super brand new, but again, you know, it is a nice new Mythic knife under my belt. And yeah, here it is right here. It looks really cool. Check it out if you haven't done so. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Roblox Assassin. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and know those other things that YouTube people do. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay purple.